In this video, I'm going to show you how to make your bass lines a bit more interesting. I do mean these electronic music bass lines, and I'm going to play one. It's like quite housey, quite standard, I would say. So let's hear this first. Now, what do I mean by that? Nice. It's a bass line. You know, some of you might have way more talent than me for composing, but yeah, it's a really nice bass line. So what I think could be more interesting in it is that each and every note is just the same articulation of this punchy bass line. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I mean is that you can make this more interesting. So what I could do in Serum is, instead of using this envelope on the filter, which makes it punchy as it is, instead of using that, I could remove that modulator. I could use an LFO instead of that, just like this. Use an LFO that's gonna last, let's say, a quarter beat, just like this. I'm gonna make it envelope, so it's gonna trigger every time we have a note, and once it gets to its ending, it's gonna, stay at the end value right here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna inverse this. It's gonna start upwards, go downwards. If this is 1/4 note, so this is 1/16, two of these grids. So I'm gonna make this snap to that grid, go down. So listen. So we have basically the same thing, yeah? Since all of these notes, 16th notes, you can see that right there. So these are all 16th notes. They last as long as this lasts. So let me get less of this. Release. Yeah, that's it. Now what can happen now is I can do this. Make any of these notes longer. Just like that. Doesn't have to be all that long. Yeah, so that could work. I could make one of these, I could even make a change like right there. And I don't have to make it rise so much, so I could actually, in this Saturn, pull this down. So that gives me the ability to not make another channel with another bass. I could just, prolong some of these notes and just get a different articulation. Yeah, I can raise this up. And that's it. So basically, instead of just using this simple plug it thing, you could exchange that, standard envelope that we all use and just use an LFO where it has a different kind of ending after that initial plucky thing. So you can just extend the note here and there and get a different articulation to make your bass line more interesting without making another synth with another, different sound, or the same sound just copied out, but, with a different envelope on it. So this could be something that could be useful to make interesting bass lines out of the same instrument. And you can even use this when, playing something live, trying to, jam out a bass line yourself. Now, if you like this video, give us a like, subscribe. If you want to learn more about music production, you can check out our full music production certificate.